It's like -6, -7 outside. Way too cold to be out here because this thing doesn't really work that great. It doesn't do anything to heat this place up. Problem is, I really want to build this thing tonight to replace that thing. I don't really plan on suffering through another night of working on bikes in the cold, and Angela's working night shift tonight, so... So I'm bringing the shop and production inside by the heat. And honestly, it's been way too long since the last time Marilyn's been featured in a video. Easily the best part about rebuilding or taking apart a brakeless track bike is how simple and easy it is to do. There's no brake cables and no shift cables to contend with. It's just some wheels, a crankset, a chain, and depending on what you want to use, some flat bars. Or depending on what I'm going to put on that bike, some drop bars. The only real concern is because of the simplicity of them and the lack of maintenance that they generally require, things can get seized. And while this stem shouldn't be a problem, the bottom bracket could be. I might have spoke too soon on this matter. Of course, something is going to give me a hard time. That's like somewhat concerning for how this bottom bracket might come out, but I remain hopeful, and I
making it drive for when it hits you, yes, you shall. When it hits you, yes.
Winter sucks when there's no snow on the ground. Ah. Well, the Vigorelli is together with some somewhat questionably reliable parts. However, it is rideable, and I look forward to taking it out and getting the fit all dialed in. Obviously, I haven't cut the steer tube quite yet. The plan is to just leave it where it is and hopefully cut it flush so that it's slammed. Like all my bikes, I have zero intention of selling this until things get out of hand. Now there's two very common comments or criticisms of the content that I produce. The first being that I constantly jump around on whether or not I want to have one bike for everything or minimize the amount of bikes that I own and, you know, getting a new one the next day. Yes, I'm a bit of a hypocrite that way. And two, well, let me just read you this comment. This is the last sentence in a longer comment, but if you're planning on riding regularly, you'll save money in the long run by spending a bit more to start with. That's a pretty regular theme in criticisms that I get when I'm showing bikes that I'm either working on or are excited about new. I don't know that I can count the amount of times that someone has said to me, just wait, just keep saving up for the thing that you actually want. And the truth is, while that's probably great monetary advice, I just can't live that way. And I know a lot of other people can't as well. This Cinelli Vigorelli is a bike that I have wanted for the past 4 years. Something like this. And the way I see it, if I had waited those 4 years to get that bike, I would have missed out on all the rides and experiences that I had on the silver fixed year, and it also wouldn't have been a bike to feature on this channel. I just always make quick short-term decisions to get me through to where I want to be with my long-term goals. I got to experience those years of riding because I didn't get so worked up about what it was that I actually wanted. Of course, it's fine to lust after stuff and then eventually get it, but to let it be the thing that limits you from actually going out and riding, that doesn't work for me. So in my opinion, and I apologize if this offends, but some of those throwaway comments about, geez, the cassette got rusty. Oh man, the chainrings did too. And you're just gonna have to go replace them later on in the spring or maybe the fall. That's gonna cost a little bit of money. Those are pretty tolerable problems. Parts like that aren't expensive and they do wear out no matter what price you pay. Constantly waiting and saving up for the bike that you actually want, well, that just sort of limits the amount that you get to ride in the now. Ride something reasonable now and work up towards the thing you really want. Now that's okay.
Let me know if it's a problem then.
Unfortunately, I really want to put some really fancy wheels on this. It's never ending.
Alright, man, holla then.